The Lou City Soccer Stadium was supposed to bring in millions of dollars of tax revenue, apartments, restaurants, and more. So where is it?
WDRB's Travis Ragsdale and Marcus Green investigate why what was promised hasn't happened.
It's a crown jewel of the city. When Lynn Family Stadium opened in the summer of 2020, it became one of the most popular destinations in Louisville. But the plan was always to be much more than a soccer stadium. The original plan in 2017 called for 2 hotels, 70,000 square feet of retail space, and even more office space. So where is it?
200,000 plus cars a day pass by this site. So you're talking about prime real estate.
Tim Malloy is part of the ownership group over the stadium and soccer teams. Shane Udick is helping guide the group through developing the area that sits empty around the stadium. And both admit that developing this area hasn't gone as quickly as they hoped.
And they handed us the keys to the stadium. COVID hit about 1 week later, which caused a sense of pause around the country, but definitely for a sports-specific stadium like this.
Our plate's been a little full. That's not a silly answer to your question, it's the honest answer. Again, we've got a lot of things in the fire here.
And as a result of the delay, tax revenues meant to repay the city of Louisville for its upfront payment of $30 million have fallen well below projections. A WDRB Investigates analysis found that for 2020, 2021, and 2022, tax revenues were expected to be more than $1 million. The actual amount for those 3 years, about $110,000, less than 10% of the estimate. In the original plan, taxes were supposed to start being collected on the retail and restaurant space back in 2020 and from the hotel in 2021. But instead, there is nothing but gravel parking lots.
The focus of our business is not real estate development, it is the owning and operating of 2 soccer teams.
The stadium has already proved to be an economic driver, particularly for places nearby like Waterfront Park.
We've seen circumstances where people will travel, maybe they'll attend a soccer game and then they'll come over and spend the evening watching Waterfront Wednesday.
And that's what Malloy and Udick say they focused on in 2022.
Multifamily, family entertainment venues, retail. I believe we'll certainly have a hotel in this property at some point.
The plan is nuanced, multifaceted. We've had a lot of demand from local, regional, national developers.
Malloy says likely the first development will be an apartment complex.
We need stuff to come here. When people living here is first, because then they'll drive demand of whether it's a 20,000 square foot retail center with food and other things. Entertainment things speak for themselves. They're becoming their own attractions.
But until the development comes, the taxes that were promised won't be collected.
We've spent the last several months pulling together all the boring elements of what needs to take place.
We will have a couple of announcements by the end of the summer.
With photojournalist Stuart Hammer, Travis Ragsdale, WDRB News.
If you have information about this story or any story you think our Investigates team should look into, you can email us at investigate@wdrb.com or call 502-322-1297.